So sometimes you will have assignments that you don't want to actually happen in Schoology. It's not a quiz that you want to give on Schoology. It's not an assignment that you want them to submit electronically. It might just be an in-class activity. It could be, a group project that you're going to have them do that's more like hands-on, or maybe it's going to be a presentation that they're going to give in class. And so obviously there's nothing for them to turn in to Schoology. Or maybe it's a test that you want to give on paper. Since we're using our grade book in Schoology, and this is where parents can see the most information, then I want to show you how you could have a assignment that you would just put on your students' calendar so they know it's coming up. You could even include how you're going to score it. But it's going to be something that they're not going to turn in on Schoology. So this in-class quiz that I have here is the one that I've created to show you. And all I did was create an assignment. I called it in-class quiz, and I'm going to go into my edit so you can see what this all looks like. So for my description, I just said that this is going to be a class. It's going to have it in class. It's going to have it on paper. And I can put the due date. I can say how much it's worth. I chose tests and quizzes for my category. When I go to grading options, I made sure that it was in first quarter. And I tied it to my standard here. And this standard is a reading for information standard, or reading informational text. Now, here's the key. This box right here is normally a brown folder with a green arrow. That means that submissions are enabled. And so that means that when students click on this assignment to see the information that you've given them, there will be that blue box to the right that says submit assignment. We don't want them to submit assignment on Schoology because it's going to be something that they do in class. So all we do is we click that to say submissions disabled. So it will not allow them, it won't give them a box where they can turn something in inadvertently, or where they might think they're supposed to turn something in. It will just have it on their calendar. They can click on it to see what it's going to be about. You could put review information here if it was a big test and you wanted to, include a study guide. You could include a link to some resource. You could include a file if you had a study guide file that you wanted them to work on. Anything that's in your resources, or even an audio or a video recording of yourself talking about the test. Any of those things are options here. So then you save. And there it is. So when they go to the class, they will see that it says there's going to be an in-class quiz. It shows up over here on their calendar so that they know it's coming up. And in addition, it will be in your grade book. So now when you go to actually score this assignment, you're going to go to your first quarter grades, and there's the quiz. And all you're going to do is type in a score. This was worth 50 points. Martha was awesome. So I give her 50 points. I can even give her a little note that says, like, way to go, or whatever I want to say to her. And then she'll be able to see that, okay? It updates her grade here. And then as I showed you the mastery, the other video, now it's going to change her mastery. This was a new standard that I added. So even though she's not proficient on these other two skills yet, she did get 100% on this, so that definitely makes her, proficient there. So actually mastery probably. So anyway, that changes that. So this grade book, you can score things even if they are not submitted to Schoology. You just type in. The other thing that you can do is, if it's just a point value, like this one, I can't change my score here. I can't just click on it and overwrite it because it's a rubric. So I would have to override the rubric. Now I can do that. So if I open up this rubric and I say, you know what, like, I don't really want her to have 9 out of 20, even though that's what the rubric says. I want to give her, some extra points or whatever, however I grade, maybe I want to bump that to a 10 or something. Like, I can override this score at any time. Okay, that's my prerogative as a teacher. So I'm going to clear the override. I'm going to go with that. Here I can change this grade if I realize that I typed it in wrong and actually she should have a 49. That's also fine. I can change those. So you have total override even on a quiz that is self-scored, even on an assignment that has a rubric. The teacher can override those points if they need to for whatever reason. So just good for you to know.